I know you all are very familiar with what we do, but so I wanted to just bring some new materials. I think we have some new photos on this loaner's brochure, so if anybody wants to take one of these, they're over there to post somewhere for the loaner's closet for durable medical equipment. We also have a new poster. This actually just got put in the Carriagetown News. I think we put it in the Windy Indy. A new flyer on our volunteer opportunities. I want to show you guys some things that we've been up to, which is really great. So the first thing, and I wanted to give you a stat too. So Salem Exchange Club, we're developing a pretty long and fruitful history, I would say. From helping out with snow removal, paying for one-time yard work, logging on to NH Gives at the exact right moment to get your dollars matched. You've always been willing to help where and when needed. And I don't know how to truly, express my appreciation for your commitment and your support to us. It's up to about $4,000 and $4,061. I'm not sure what the $61 is. I'm not sure, but it was $4,061, not counting what you might give today. I will not talk about the history because I don't see anyone here besides yourself, and I'd be happy to tell you more about what we do that I haven't spoke to before. But our programming is, still the same. The towns are Derry, Londonderry, Hampstead, Windham, Sandown, Chester, and Danville. That's for the volunteer caregiving program, but the Loaner's Closet is open to the entire state, Massachusetts, everywhere you can come and borrow. And our loaners numbers, oh my gosh. They are fantastic. I think last year we did 4,600 loans and we gave out about 3,600 cases of diapers. So that's stuff that we just, we give away. It's not on loan, obviously. But in that category is always things like gait belts, blood pressure cuffs, that OT equipment, anything that it's fibrous so we can't really put a tag on it, or it's something that we give away but it doesn't come back. So those are additional people, and that's additional savings. And we're figuring out that most items cost an average of $175. So a visit, most people take 2 to 3 items. Some people are saving anywhere from $175 to $500 per visit that they can then use to spend their money on something else. All right, so some new stuff I wanted to tell you about. So hopefully you can go on my website to see this better. I was going to show it to you, but we have six new employees in the last year and a half. I want to tell you about Courtney Cashman first. She also runs N68 Hours of Hunger, the Derry and Chester chapter. So she works for them 2 days a week, us 2 days a week. So she's got extensive outreach and program experience. Actually, I can pass that around if you want. So she works about 20 hours a week. Trisha Adams is a transportation coordinator. So before all this, we had one program person that did the transport program, they did the matching, they did everything. We created 2 positions. The other great thing, and most of you, maybe some of you have experience, is when you have 2 people, you can now create a better experience for new volunteers and clients. So what I mean by that is typically if it was one programmer, you'd have one person that trains them, they go out to the home, they meet the client, and then say they're getting transportation only, the person that's coordinating all their transportation has never met them and will never meet them. So now you have Trisha doing all the volunteer trainings for transportation. You have Courtney doing them all for the one-on-one match program, and it's the same with the clientele. So they're getting one catered experience. They have one person that they deal with. So that's been pretty pivotal for us. Gail Wolf is our Loaner's Closet assistant. So I split that front office into 3 different positions. So I have a bookkeeper that works just 5 hours a week. She does that whole side. And then we outsource payroll, which we should have done 2 decades ago. Sorry. And then we have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday girl, Gail. and she's an OT. So she helps people with that experience, how to use something, what do they need, what should they get. And then Tuesday, Thursday, we have Deb Lucci. She's our donor relations manager. So she's great. She loves number crunching. She just absolutely loves it to the point that it's weird, you know. And then we have a great new grant writer who trained with our old grant writer for 6 whole months. And so I hired both of them, or employed both of them for 6 months. And then Paula retired after 16 years. She's enjoying retirement, and now Katie knows what she's doing. So Katie has a public health background. So it's great. I have employees that want to work there, that like their jobs. I think you know how important it is to have people that are around you that really like what they do, and their job descriptions are not too long or too frenzied. It's really, I think it's going to make all the difference. When Courtney started with us in July, she thought, these clients and volunteers have such great stories. I'm going to interview them, see if there's any familiar themes. She brought like a dictaphone, and then she figured for this first year, she would just pull out some of the questions that were answered. And so this first year, it's really very thematic, certain questions, and also interviewing some volunteers. Why are you volunteering? There's a few statistics. There's a Dear Reader. So we want to send this out to each of the recipient, or each of the donors of our annual appeal. And these are our most steadfast donors. These are the people we're trying to cultivate a relationship with. These are the people we want them to know that we've gone the extra mile to gather these stories, to really witness people's lives. So I contacted the club, and they worked up a nice back page with Andy Nelson, and they're going to be, I think, printed tomorrow. We're picking them up on Monday. So the timing was really good for you to want to see me, and it's a really good use of your money, because one, I don't have to spend $1,000, and if you were going to give me $1,000 anyway, this is like, it's honestly a win-win. And this will be 300, we're printing 350 of them, but these will be 303 people that get to see the life and legacy of Andy. I think it would be great. I think he'd actually get a kick out of it. But we did a loaner's closet reno. We were finding that there were some fall hazards. I don't know if any of you have businesses in really old buildings, but our roof, we're in the basement, it was leaking. It was leaking on a 40-year-old carpet. So what did we do? We had to take out the carpet. So once we took out the carpet, we decided, why not just put in better, better and more thoughtful racks and work on a flow. So you can look through it, but you'll see the work that we did to renovate the loaner's closet. And it's been really great, because especially someone that's on a knee scooter or comes in on a walker or a wheelchair, they can actually now navigate around the whole perimeter of the room without potentially running into anything.
So Cindee, did you do a lot of this work yourself?
We did it all ourselves. It was about 6 staff members and I think 5 volunteers. We did it in one day. We closed. We did it in one day. Well, we had a pre-day, and then the last thing I put there that's really new for us is our remodeling of our meeting room. I don't want to say remodeling. Newly constructing a meeting room. We had a room, as you can see in our back office, that we didn't do anything with, because when we first moved in, we didn't know if we were going to be able to afford the rent. We didn't know if we needed the back room. We didn't know if we were going to have another tenant, and so we didn't touch it. And then we decided, after we did a needs assessment, community needs assessment, that there was another room. There was another need for another room in the community. So as you can see from there, we fundraised about $14,000 and spent about $15,000. We ended up having to buy a few more tables than we needed, or than we thought. But other than that, stayed on budget, and I couldn't be more pleased with what the room looks like. I would invite any of you to come and see it. If you have a meeting or something you want to organize, need an additional place to meet. It is beautiful. Not only that, but it's modular. The tables roll, the chairs roll, the island rolls, the easel opens up, the TV is on an arm, the lighting is all on separate switches with dimmers. So everything's modular. So whether you're looking for a low mood or a high mood, we made sure it had enough plugs. It's gorgeous.
We wanted to present you with a check for $1,038 to cover the whole book.
That's great. That's awesome.